सत्या समाहित सा चापि तन्नियोक्तेन योगदेशेन योगयुक् तस्मिन् आश्रमपीडे सरस्वत्यः समाहित सा चापि तन्नियोक्तेन योगदेशेन योगयुक् तस्मिन् आश्रमपीडे सरस्वत्यः समाहिता. Synonyms and translations. Synonyms. Sa, she, cha, and api also, Tanya by her son, Ukten, spoken, Yoga Adeshen, by the instruction on yoga, Yoga Yuk, engaged in Bhakti Yoga, Tasmin, in that, Ashrame, hermitage, Apide, the flower crown, Saraswatya, of the Saraswati, Samahit, fixed in Samadhi. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation: as instructed by her son, Devahuti also began to practice Bhakti Yoga in that very ashram. She practiced Samadhi in the house of Kardamba Muni, which was so beautifully decorated with flowers that it was considered the flower crown of the river Saraswati. Purport. Devahuti did not leave her house because it is never recommended for a woman to leave her home. She is dependent. The very example of Devahuti was that when she was not married, she was under the care of her father Swayambhu Manu. And then Swayambhu Manu gave her to Kardamba Muni in charity. She was under the care of her husband in her youth. And then her son Kapil Muni was born. As soon as her son grew up, her husband left home. And similarly, the son, after discharging his duty towards his mother, also left. She could also have left home, but she did not. Rather, she remained at home and began to practice Bhakti Yoga as it was instructed by her great son, Kapil Muni. And because of her practice of Bhakti Yoga, the entire home became just like a flower crown on the river Saraswati. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshuranmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaham Dadati Swa Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jutapat Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagar Jatam Sahgana Tam 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 Sanjivam Sadhvetam Savadutam Parijana Sangitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahgana Lalita Shri Vishakha Amitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagat Patehe Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vancha Kalpatarubhyaksh Kripa Sindhu Vevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasa Adi Gaura Bhakta. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna. So, dear devotees, thank you so much for connecting. Early morning, ready to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. So, we're discussing, this is the last chapter of this Canto 3. Lord Kapiladev's teachings to Mother Devahuti. So this chapter, particular chapter name is the activities of Lord Kapila. So we see here in this particular purport, so many times this word comes, leaving home. So I was thinking the theme of this discussion could be leaving home. First, Kardamba Muni, Mother Devhuti's husband, he left home. And then now, just words before this, Kardamba Muni's Mother Devhuti's son, Kapila Muni is leaving home, left home. And Srila Prabhupada writes in this beautiful purport that Mother Devhuti is not leaving home. She is staying in the same ashram. Because she's dependent. She is dependent. A very good example of Mother Devhuti that she's dependent. So in this chapter, we see the qualification of Mother Devhuti. Her prayers to her son, at one point, she said, Bande Vishnum Kapilam. She said, my dear son, I pay you obeisances. Bande Vishnum Kapilam. You are Kapila. Your name is Kapila, but you're actually Lord Vishnu. She made beautiful prayers in the beginning of this chapter, saying that you are the source of Lord Brahma. You are the source of all the material manifestations, the three modes. Your purpose of coming to this world is only to give knowledge to the conditioned living entities. You have taken birth from my womb, but actually from your womb, Lord Brahma and three modes manifest. And then she ends her prayers by saying how to by glorifying the holy names and by glorifying those who are fortunate to chant the glories of the holy, who are fortunate to chant the holy names, even if they have taken birth in the dog eater families, but they're chanting the holy names because of their previous history. And what is that history? That they have already performed the Vedic sacrifices. They have already performed They have already gone and bathed in the holy rivers all over the universe, and they have performed all the Vedic sacrifices. That's why, even though they're not born in a very pious family, but they're still fortunate enough to chant the holy names. So these were her prayers. And after hearing these very exalted prayers, very short, 6, 7 prayers, but very exalted, Lord Kapila recognized that my mother is fully self-realized Krishna conscious. Therefore, now it's my time to leave home. So Lord Kapila is able to leave home because he notices that his mother is fully self-realized by hearing her prayers. That's part one. So even though he is ready to leave home, leaving her mother alone, still with the understanding that she is fully spiritually self-realized, even then, him, Lord Kapila, Mother Devuti's son, and for that matter, also Mother Devuti's husband, Kadamba Muni, they both made all the material arrangements. So there are two things here I want to make sure we discuss. There is spiritual emancipation, there is self-realization, there is you're exalted as a spiritual on the spiritual platform, but still those who are leaving you behind, those who you are dependent on, mother is dependent on the son and her husband, those personalities must also leave everything materially well situated for that self-realized soul. So here we see in this particular verse and purport of Prabhupada that that Shri Kardama Muniji and here Lord Kapila, they both left beautiful, beautiful ashram for Mother Devati. It's explained, you will hear in coming verses, that when she would go and take bath in the pond, the Gandharvas of the heavenly planets, they would come and sing bhajans for her. She's alone. For that matter, materially, and on material calculations, she's alone in that ashram. But she's not alone. She's fully surrounded by all the demigods. And she had full protection given to her by her obviously father Swayambhu Manu, by her husband Kadamba Muni, and by her son Lord Kapila, who has just left second ago. So the protection given by the superior is the key to this verse. So if we one day, you and me and anybody else, decides to leave home, in this case, we're talking about home, leaving home, these two factors, that who we're leaving behind, his or her spiritual growth, self-realization is taken under consideration. But even if that person is spiritually very elevated, the material considerations are also must be taken due diligence. not that you leave behind somebody who's dependent on you as a beggar on the street. This is not what happened here with Mother Devhuti. Neither from the perspective, from the side of her son Kapila Muni, or from her husband Kadamba Muni, or from her father Swambhu Manu. And she is exalted. She belonged to the family of Swambhu Manu. Her brothers are Priyavrata and Uttanapad. Her sisters are Kuti, and so she belongs. She has great qualifications, but still those who are leaving her behind, they're very much aware that what she would need when they're not around. So therefore, the Lord Kapila and Kadamba Muni, they arranged the demigods, Gandharvas, Kinnaras, to serve Mother Devhuti when she's alone in that ashram performing her bhakti. So that's the point I want to drive during this particular discussion on this particular verse. And second point, we can also make in the previous verse, I'm sure it was discussed that Lord Kapila leaves after the anumatta, after the permission from his mother. No, he's Lord himself. Why would he need permission? But he asked for permission. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked for permission from his mother Sachi to take sannyas. And then he took permission that he can go to Vrindavan at Shantipur when they were all together. Mother Sachi was embracing Lord Chaitanya, seeing him in his sannyas vastar, sannyas form. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested, Mother Sachi, can you give me permission? I can go to Vrindavan. So she thought for a while, and then she said, no, I'll give you permission to go to Jagannath Puri and stay there. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately agreed. He said, yes, I have already given you I have not made you happy by taking sannyas. This was out of some emotional outburst that I have taken sannyas. I left you alone. I made you upset. Now I will not do that. So I will only stay in Puri, not go to Vrindavan. So this taking permission by the superior. The point here is generally we talk about taking permission by the juniors, by the less, by the dependent. That's the norm in this material world. You take permission from your manager, but a manager taking permission from you, that's something practiced in the spiritual realm. Here, Lord Kapila, Lord himself, taking permission from his mother. So this taking permission mean giving respect, wholesale respect to the dependent is very important. And when that's done by the superior, then the dependent, they surrender themselves fully to the instruction of the superior. In this case, Mother Huti got instructed by Lord Kapila to perform bhakti under the instructions that he has already given to Mother Devhuti of the Samkhya philosophy. And Mother Devhuti will continue performing their bhakti in this ashram, not leaving this home, this ashram that's designed, manifested by the will of the Kadamba Muni. And that ashram is as beautiful as the flower crown on the river Saraswati. And you will see the verses coming next, few verses beautiful, that how even though self-realized, Mother Devhuti, her hair will start graying and she will start wearing old ornaments. So it's very interesting. She's surrounded by everything opulent in all the heavenly planets. She has everything. She has the best ornament of the world. But she is wearing old ornaments and she's letting her hair grow gray. She's letting her body grow thin. This is something very beautiful you'll hear in coming verses. Mother Devhuti's performance of bhakti, following the directions of her son Kapila Muni and the directions of her husband Kadamba Muni. Wonderful discussion we will have in coming verses. So I'll stop here for some comments, some reflection for a few minutes. Anybody would like to share some reflections, what you heard before today?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisance. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Dandavat Prabhu. So Prabhu, here the Shastras say that the woman should always be in the care of a man. But now in modern times, women are independent in every which way, financially, academically, everything. And the sense of security which the woman feels she is capable of doing it on her own, unlike the earlier times. So, how would this instruction be applicable in the modern times? And, how would women react to it? It was anyway, they feel that they're being subjugated and exploited, etc.
Yeah. It's a difficult one. Everything is what they call perverted of election. So it's women are the men and women both are subjected to the will of this Kali in such a way that both are confused and disturbed. Mandbhagya, in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, this Mandbhagya, this misfortune of the Kali Yuga, coming from the Kali Yuga, both men, both the dependent and the both caretaker, they both are bewildered. So men are bewildered, so they really don't have the capacity and the intelligence to give protection. They themselves are not protected. They themselves are not spiritually enlivened and materially well settled. Therefore, they can't give protection, to be honest. It's hypocritical. It's just show. And then women, as you said, are making more money than men and having more opulences than men, are also feeling that we are independent. Therefore, we don't need protection of a man. So the both sides are what do you call the word, hallucination. There was it's it's a mess. It's a mess. Srila Prabhupada used to say, make best use of the bad bargain. The bargain is bad. Bargain is not just bad. It's worse. Right now, it's worse, and it's going to get worse. Kali Yuga will progress. Things will get worse. Um, so it's not fault on women. It's not fault on women. It's fault on this Kali, and we are subjected, and we have taken shelter of the Kali, and it, we're we're reaping the fruits of our karmas for many lifetimes in this Kali Yuga. So that's why taking shelter of the instructions of Lord Kapila, Shri Kadamba Muni, Swayambhu Manu, Brahmaji, Lord Vishnu. These instructions are that's our shelter. That's our shelter. In some way or another, some women, some men, some become devotees, some they are ready to become devotees, some became devotee. Some of us, by the will of the providence and by Lord Krishna's mercy, mercy of the devotees, can us some of us be saved by this hallucination of the Kali. Hopefully, we pray, we cry for that mercy to be saved. Not simple, not easy. In the beginning of our Krishna consciousness, everybody tells us chant Hare Krishna and you'll be fine. But as we progress year after year after year, year after year, we understand that it's not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. It takes a lot of work. I think it's 7 o'clock. We will stop here. We turn to our Shri Madhupati Prabhuji. Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
We'd like to wish you all a safe and Krishna conscious day and weekend ahead. Yeah. Festival or vacation for many would be the vacation time in coming days. Year end 2024 is slowly winding down. Yeah, we'll have a lot of year end celebrations. Christmas Day in the evening, we are planning a celebration. New Year's Eve, we are planning a celebration. And then New Year, begin the New Year with chanting of the holy name of the Lord. So these are some upcoming events. Please tune in. We'd like to offer our prayers to the Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare. Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama.
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
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 Hare Hare.
Jai Nrsimha, Jai
Krishna,
Nrsimha, Jai
Shankar,
Jai
Jai
Nrsimha,
Prashinda, Jai
Prahlade,
Jai
Jaya
Shankar,
Padma
Jai
Mukha
Jai
Padma Bhyadam.
Padma Brinda,
Ugraveera
Rugviram
Mahapadam,
Mahavinam
Krishna,
Sarantam
Sarvamukam,
Sarvatomukham
Nrsimha,
Narsingham
Narsinha
Vishnam
Bhadram
Bhadram
Vijay
Mrityunjayam Namami.
Nrsimha Bhagwan ki
Ki
jai,
Jai,
Prahlad Maharaj
Jai,
ki jai.
Jai.
Jai,
That's of our humble obeisances to all the Saman Vaishnavas. पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। वैष्णविंद की जय, भागवतम की जय, प्रभुपाद की जय।
जय।
Thank you, Devakinandan. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank
Prabhupada.
you, everybody. Hari Bol.
Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna.
I have a question. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati very clearly said, don't mollycoddle. You did it. And there is the example of Prabhupada, who followed his Guru Maharaj's instruction. There is the positive way of sharing Krishna consciousness. And then there is a negative way. So this is Giriraj Swami Maharaj's.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, okay. Hare Bol, Jai.
Hari Hari.